Hello all, and welcome to our MotoGP Authentics end of season auction preview. We have a great lineup of items and we're very excited to show you them. This next lot is incredibly exciting and it's one that we're very proud to share with you. It's Valentino Rossi's Yamaha YZF 450, the bike that he's had specially modified to run flat track at his motor ranch in Tavullia. The story of the motor ranch is a very interesting one. MotoGP riders are experts at riding on the limits of grip, and to practice riding at that edge is very difficult if you're not on a MotoGP bike. So the way MotoGP riders do that is by riding on low grip surfaces such as dirt. This is a practice that goes all the way back to Kenny Roberts, the American 500 world champion that came from racing flat track in the US and brought with him his signature style. MotoGP riders took that style on and have continued to evolve it, and now all regularly practice either flat track or motocross. Valentino Rossi used to practice with his prodigy, Marco Simoncelli, until, of course, Marco unfortunately passed away, at which point Valentino lost his practice companion and lost the reason to go out and practice. He said this affected him severely and he realized he needed to do something. Him, along with his father, built the Motor Ranch in Tavullia, which is an incredible facility with a ranch and a big dirt track with a bespoke surface. He uses that facility to practice and keep himself at the top level, and also, of course, use it to bring on new Italian talent into MotoGP. He has, of course, also holds races in there, and we'll talk about that in one of our next items that we're offering. This bike has been personally signed by Valentino Rossi, has been, of course, ridden by him multiple times, raced by him multiple times. In the motorcycle world, there is no other athlete like Valentino Rossi. The doctor has built an incredible legacy through a very careful consideration of his brand. And that's why we're very proud to showcase this next collection of items, which tell his story. First in MotoGP, then in flat track at his ranch in Tavullia, and then in GT3 racing. The first part of this lot is a very interesting collection of items. It's 2 race-worn boots and 2 race-worn gloves. They're both from the 2014 season. A season that was incredibly memorable for me as a spectator because he raced with Jorge Lorenzo in that beautiful Yamaha with the Movistar, with the blue Movistar logos. We know Valentino Rossi very rarely lets go of his race-worn items, and to have a collection of both boots and gloves from him that are signed is incredibly rare and incredibly special. The second part of the lot is an incredibly exciting one, of course. This is a race-worn Tyre from the 100 kilometers dei Campioni, the 100 kilometers of the champions in English. Valentino Rossi, as we know, owns a motor ranch in Tavullia. This ranch, he has a flat track, a dirt track, where he races, and every year he puts on an event during the winter, during the off-season, where he invites the greatest talent in the motorcycle world. Anyone that's fast on a bike, he gets an invitation. And this race is 100 kilometers long, of course, and it's quickly become one of the most competitive events in the calendar. Valentino Rossi is very keen on making sure that it has a relaxed atmosphere, so all of the riders will eat lunch and eat dinner together at the farmhouse. But once on track, everyone wants to win that title. Everyone wants to show they are the fastest rider in the world. And to have a Tyre from Valentino Rossi's bike from that event, where we know he's raced against the greatest out there, is very exciting for us. This final part of the lot represents Valentino Rossi's most recent racing activities, racing GT3 cars. When he retired from MotoGP, he joined W Racing Team, or Team WRT, which at the time was racing in the GT World Challenge Championship. Valentino Rossi raced the BMW M4 GT3 car with them alongside fellow teammates. Valentino Rossi immediately showed he was fast and he had the pace, and he won his first race at Misano in 2023. The Tyre that we're presenting to you is from his second win from the 2024 GT World Challenge race at Misano in 2024. And it's an incredible item because it shows that Valentino Rossi has never stopped winning. He keeps winning and he's still there at the top of his whatever field he's in. This is a 2015 HJC R10 Pro Spartion, a helmet that pays homage to Jorge Lorenzo's 2015 season, where he won his last MotoGP World Championship. He'd won 10 in the top class and 2 in the smaller classes. It's a beautiful helmet and it comes signed by Jorge Lorenzo himself on the visor, on the top, and also here on the left on the Monster logo. Great signatures and, you know, elevating the helmet. The helmet itself is a beautiful item, very lightweight. It's the, like we said, HJCR for 10, so a very good composite case. And then it has the Spartión livery, which is related to Jorge Lorenzo's nickname as the Spartan or El Espartano, which was given to him for his willingness to fight, his willingness to win. It's got the Spartan logo on the back, the warrior, which I love. And then this beautiful red arrow on the top, which sort of gives the helmet a sense of speed, but also is linked to the skirt that the Spartan warriors would wear to battle. It's a great helmet, beautiful item, and, you know, linked to Jorge Lorenzo, who is arguably one of the greatest MotoGP riders in the last generation. This is a 2023 Marc Marquez signed Shoei X-SPR Pro helmet with the Barcelona livery. It has been signed by Marc Marquez himself with a beautiful signature on the top. And what makes the signature even more special is Marc has signed it underneath saying gas, you know, power, throttle, more power. Beautiful signature, very clear, very legible. The helmet itself is a gorgeous design, designed by Antonio Mata from Dave Designs, the iconic studio in Spain that's responsible for doing most of the Marquez brothers' helmets. The helmet is named Barcelona because it pays homage to Antoni Gaudí, the architect that designed the Sagrada Familia and that is responsible for Barcelona's iconic architectural style. And one of his personalized techniques was called trincadís, where he'd use pieces of tile, broken glass, to make sort of mosaics and windows and you know, various architectural elements. And we can see how Dave Designs has implemented or taken inspiration from that design to apply it to the helmet. What makes it even more special is this helmet has two different textures. You can see the sides and part of the top is high gloss, but there's a shiny or pearlescent area to the middle, which is beautiful. I love the fact that they've implemented Marc Marquez's sort of 93 number on the back in a very elegant, very tidy way. It's a beautiful helmet, beautiful meaning. You know, it links three legends: Marc Marquez, Dave Designs, the studio, and Antoni Gaudí. This is a 2020 Joan Mir signed AGB Pista with the design that was done to commemorate his World Championship that year. The 2020 year was a very difficult one for everyone because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and it affected sports such as MotoGP. MotoGP had to do a big change to their calendar and focus on the European races because of the limitations there were on travel. And Joan Mir was a master of that year. It's a beautiful helmet and it comes with his signature, as we can see on the top. Great signature, very clear, with his number on the bottom. The helmet in AGB Pista is a racing style helmet, carbon fiber shell, which makes it very lightweight, and a great paint job. On the back, we can see the Mir name and the limited edition plaque, with this one being Unit 910 of the 2000 that were built. It's a fantastic helmet, it's a great story, and a very interesting moment in the sport. The next lot is a very exciting one for British race fans. It's Scott Redding's 2016 Speedy race-worn leather suit. Scott Redding, he's a legend in the sport. He's raced everywhere. He's raced MotoGP, World Superbikes, British Superbikes, won British Superbikes in his first year. All-round very talented gentleman. In MotoGP, he raced with Pramac. He joined in 2014, and on 2016 was his first year on a Ducati. This suit comes from Scott Redding himself, and it has a great signature on the front. As always with these race suits, I love the personalization plaque on the front that we can see here. In terms of the suit, it's got some significant wear, as we can tell. You can imagine the speed at which he must have fallen to get that amount of wear, and then of course tore it a little bit here on the backside. It's a beautiful suit from an incredible rider and from a very interesting team. This next slot is very exciting. It's a pair of race-worn Marco Bezzecchi gloves from his 2019 season. They're Dainese Carbon 3, and they come from when he was riding for the KTM team in Moto2. The gloves are exceptional. They belong to Marco Bezzecchi, a rising star in the sport. Italian rider. He came through the ladders in partnership with Valentino Rossi, who brought him on into his VR46 team during the 2022 season. Marco raced with Valentino Rossi between 2022 and 2024, and in 2025 graduated to Aprilia, where he's this year won a race at the Silverstone Grand Prix, at the British Grand Prix. These gloves and the history, the relationship to his earlier part of his history are very special. They're both signed, beautiful signatures in white on the sort of on the top of the hand on the wrist. And then the gloves themselves are incredible. We can see the carbon fiber reinforcement plates with the titanium on the top. The left hand I'm particularly excited about because we can see that, you know, these guys, they lean so hard. There's even wear on one of the finger protecting carbon fiber protection pads, which just is a testament to how these guys ride. Beautiful gloves, both with exceptional signatures and that link to his history and his racing. The MotoGP Authentics end of season auction will be live between the 11th of November and the 25th of November. Don't miss out on your chance to take home an incredible piece of MotoGP history.